Greetings, everyone. On today's episode of Wine Talk, I'm going to discuss something that shrouds the world of wine in a dark cloak of misfortune. And I get to address a topic that many of you have heard, but maybe never fully understood. And I'm talking today about a corked wine. So let's get to it.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Welcome back, everyone. If it's your first time here, thanks for stopping in. I'm Robert Stelmachuk, sommelier here in Vancouver, British Columbia, and this is my wine channel for you. So make sure you click that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out on all the content that's coming. So, what is a corked wine? Essentially, it's a taint in a wine that transforms through a chemical called 2,4,6-trichloroanisole, or TCA. Looks like this. And no, that's not a cool tattoo to get. Well, where does this chemical compound come from? Great question. Two things have to happen. One, fungi found in the cork itself has to come in contact with a chloride solution. And in most cases, that's in the form of like a cleansing agent, like say bleach. It's a powerful little bugger. It can be detected in white wines to a part of 2 parts per trillion, 5 parts per trillion for red. And how strong is that? Well, to give you an example, 1 teaspoon worth of TCA dumped into 1,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools can be detected by your nose. That's incredible. To put that in a time perspective for you, you're talking about 1 second in 35,000 years. That's just astonishing. How do you detect it? Well, it's not easy, but most often on the nose is where you smell it. When you smell the wine itself, it'll smell like wet dog, dank, moldy basement, sweaty gym bag that you forgot in your car for like 2 weeks. Yikes. Corks have been used as a closure for wine since about the early 1600s. What they used before that is alarming. Things like oil and wax and rags and just disgusting. But hold on, we need a sidebar. What if you don't know what a cork actually is itself? Let's check that out. All right. So corks are made from the bark of a Quercus suber tree. It's literally a big, spongy, thick bark. And when they harvest it, it's super cool looking. Looks kind of like this. Now, here are the facts that you need to know. These Quercus suber trees, for the most part, only grow in Portugal. They can't get them to grow anywhere else in the world to any great success. That would certainly keep up with the number of wineries that are opening up and the number of new wines that are being made every year. The tree has to grow for 25 years before you can even harvest the bark. Once you do harvest the bark, it has a 9-year gestation period. That means you can only harvest that bark once every 9 years. Once it is harvested, it takes about another 3 months for them to actually make the cork. They have to press it, dry it, boil it, sanitize it, and form it. They come in a range of different sizes, different quality, different lengths, all that kind of good stuff. The ratio for corked wines, I've heard between 1 in 8, 10, 12, whatever. It happens, it's Mother Nature, there's not much you can do about it. What do you do when you come in contact with one of these? Well, if you're fortunate enough to be in a restaurant, by all means engage your sommelier. We'll open another bottle and you have an opportunity to try them side by side and help condition yourself to identifying what that's like. If you do consume it, certainly not going to kill you. Just going to be very unpleasant. I mean, honestly, who likes drinking wet dog juice mixed with hot dog water? Ugh, just disgusting. How many bottles are consumed without people realizing that they were tainted? And how many people just tasted a wine and go, oh, I hate that wine, I'm never going to have it again, not knowing the entire time that it was actually tainted. There also has to be alternative for corks too, in being global and environmentally responsible people. The number of wineries and wines being made every year that are new compared to how many corks can be produced is an astonishing out-ratioed number. So you have to look at other things too. Corks also come in synthetics, they come in composites, they come in diam corks. They have vinolock as another form or way of closing a wine. There's also something called stelv enclosures, the screw tops, and don't be afraid of those. They're actually a 5-layer polyurethane closure that's actually a better seal than a cork actually is, and they're really not thing to flip your nose about. And don't forget, corks are not the only thing that get infected with this nasty TCA compound. You also have vegetables like garlic is corked a lot, green bell peppers. I've had paper towels that were corked. There's a lot of other things. So once you actually get yourself conditioned and trained to understand what that TCA is like, you're going to start seeing it in a lot of other areas in your life, and it's really quite shocking. All right, the 10-second recap of all that information. Are you ready for it? What is a corked wine? It's a taint in the form of TCA, chemical compound created by a fungus coming in contact with a chloride solution. Smells like wet dog, wet moldy basements. Don't drink it. What else do you need to know? Until next time, I'm Robert Stelmachuk. Thanks for watching.